Paul Matimo is a 25-year timeshare veteran. He's been responsible for many firsts in the industry, including Perspective Magazine as the world's largest timeshare publication, Intuition Marketing, and GeneX. GeneX is considered by many industry veterans as a must-attend conference. Paul is a board director on CRTA. Let's welcome Paul Matimo.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, Gaetan.
Listen, Paul, let's get into it right away. You already had a pretty successful career in the timeshare business, including a trade publication called Perspective Magazine that was basically the standard in the industry worldwide. Why start a conference platform?
Well, actually, I've been part of the timeshare industry for 28 years now. I started as a sales rep and then a manager in Europe, and then ended up as a project director running multiple resort groups in Thailand and India. But then Sharon and I started our first company, which was a recruitment company, which led to become a little recruitment magazine as a way to display ads, which quickly became an industry magazine that we grew to be the largest timeshare industry publication in the world by far. It had 5 regional editions, totaling 26 issues per year, from Europe and Middle East to South Africa to Asia Pacific, North America, Latin America. But as the years went on, and we wanted to expand further, GeneX became the next extension of that magazine. It hosted the annual Perspective Magazine Awards for the next 12 years. And so we finally retired the magazine in 2021 after 16 years, mainly as social media was so established and the conference had become such a strong standalone platform by itself.
So what would be the mission and format of GeneX?
So GeneX is a very unique animal. It was created to buck the trend of traditional conferences, basically. I've always been someone that liked to do things different. It wasn't designed to be large. It wasn't designed for everyone to attend. It was created for senior leaders only. It was not created to primarily educate attendees with general sessions or anything like that, as they were already the top of their game. It was created to have them meet and share ideas and thoughts, and to think differently. It wasn't created to be exclusive either, but rather inclusive, where everyone was a VIP and easily accessible by everybody, so that we could create a heavily networking-focused environment that helped match resort developers and management companies with innovative vendors and suppliers. In fact, when we announced GeneX for the first time, I was once challenged by a CEO of a very large and then powerful company as to why I thought the industry needed yet another conference. He didn't think anyone would attend. He didn't think anyone would support it, and it would fail. I told him the industry didn't need another conference. It needed a different kind of conference. And 13 years later, GeneX format is regularly imitated by other events, which I embrace, as it encourages me to create and introduce new elements all the time to find new ways to deliver unique content experience that you can't get anywhere else. Simple as that.
Well, and for the first 10 years, you've seen the growth became a standard to attend. But then you went from a 1 event per year to a 3 event per year. What made you do that?
Well, we certainly didn't plan it. I'm not very good at saying no, I think. GeneX is not my day job, although many days it feels like it is. What happened was ACATOR, a Mexican trade association based in Cancun, approached us and wanted to produce a conference, not for them, but with them, in the GeneX format and in English. And it was tempting. So while GeneX has always enjoyed the freedom to be whatever it wanted to be, we greatly respect the role of trade associations in our industry. And so after a lot of back and forth and determining what a GeneX ACATOR conference would look like, we agreed to do it. The first event in 2021 was a huge success. And we even exceeded our ambitious attendance goals while COVID was still causing problems for international travel. So based on the success of that hybrid format and how much our existing GeneX attendees and sponsors embrace another opportunity to get together and another event on the calendar, we approached you at Carter and replicated the model again for Canada. And again, we attracted more attendees than several years past in 2022. And if the excitement around our next one for Quebec City is anything to go by, then we're going to have an even bigger event that year. So all in all, we're very happy to have extended the platform to a series of events, and we're always happy to, support the industry associations.
Well, on behalf of CRTA, I'd like to thank you because our affiliation with GeneX has certainly elevated our platform and give us an opportunity to interact with even more of the partners out there. But for new entries in the timeshare business, why would it be important to have a chance to interact with these industry veterans?
Well, in that question lies the secret to the success of GeneX, frankly. The conference was built by Perspective Group, us, which was bringing new products and services to the larger US market at the time ourselves. And we would go to all these other conferences, and it was just so hard to know who to speak to or be able to get a meeting with the big guys as they were too busy with other people. So we created an environment, like I said earlier, that was not intended to be a large event, where everyone was a decision maker. Essentially, we took away the noise that gave new entrants to the market access to those that wanted to do business with. But at the same time, gave resort developers and management companies an environment in which to shop the best and newest vendors on the market or build strategic partnerships with other developers to provide inventory exchanges or something else, or whatever they decided when they chatted together. We've watched so many startup companies come to GeneX and find their first clients and be back just a couple of years later as a sponsor, continuing to grow. We've even felt it firsthand with two of our other companies that we own, Vacation Safeguard and Catalyst, which have both benefited from the exposure they got from sponsoring the events, which essentially fast-tracked those products. Our industry leaders have so much to offer. And what's great is that when given the chance and the time and the right environment, they are more than happy to interact and share advice. And when possible, collaborate, build partnerships, or buy present services to help the industry grow more.
You and I have seen an incredible amount of mergers in the last decades. The big brands are bigger brands than ever. But where do you see opportunity for new entries in the industry?
Oh, there's so many opportunities, too many to discuss, really. But our industry is always innovating. And so amongst all these massive mergers and acquisitions, which also help the industry, frankly, in many ways, but with the low amount of brand new developments compared to the past, you see the travel club model becoming more and more popular and even being used by resort developers themselves for enhanced benefits. But new independents are coming into the market. We see them at events. We see them cropping up here and there. Also, new brands are dipping their toes into the timeshare industry. So the biggest opportunities for new developers to get into the business is not to be a traditional developer that builds new anymore. There's so many sold out resorts that could be brought back into active sales, then purchased over time, that several new large multi-resort clubs could be created in just a few years, and I'm pretty sure they will.
Well, our industry certainly has been resilient to a lot of recessions, the COVID pandemics and whatnot. We seem to survive and mount through that. But you feel there's still going to be some growth in the timeshare business in the next 5 years?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, if the last 50 years has told us anything, it's that our industry isn't just a survivor, it's a leader in the travel space. In addition to my previous answer, I can see new product types such as subscription models where you simply pay a monthly fee like a gym membership or Netflix. I can see the already successful virtual sales to owners being expanded to include first-time sales on a much wider basis as a way to reach more people faster and at the same time reducing marketing costs. But as a tech junkie at heart, I can see, and I might even look into it further, but I can see initial presentations being conducted by AI on an access whenever you want 24/7 basis to reach a bigger audience. I can see it being used to pre-screen prospects and gain interest in purchasing before a human being follows up and closes it. So yeah, the future in so many ways is very bright indeed as far as I'm concerned. There's a whole group of new entrepreneurs coming up under us guys that are getting that little bit older. And so, yeah, all I'd say is biased, of course, but keep attending GeneX Carter, GeneX Akator, and we'll keep people at the forefront of what's happening and what's to come. And it's very exciting.
Well, Paul, you've certainly been a game changer in the industry. We really appreciate you being on our board of the Canadian Resort Association. And for those of you out there that have never attended a GeneX conference, I challenge you to go to just one, because one will guarantee you make 2 and 3 and so forth. It's a great meeting. And Paul, I thank you for your time and I'll wish you a good day.
My pleasure. And I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.